Throw this right here in the pan. I'm gonna pop that trigger finger. That's gonna be some damn good taters. That there, my friends, is what you call meat and potatoes.
Oh damn. I keep it. Oh damn. That's damn good.
What's up, y'all? Dano here, back in the Dan kitchen, getting ready to make you an awesome meal. What I got right here is some sirloins that I bought. You can use any steak you want, but what I'm gonna show you today is an awesome way to do meat and potatoes. This is a sirloin steak. I'm gonna pan sear it, then we're gonna make this awesome Madeira wine sauce. Madeira is a cooking wine, and we're gonna reduce it with some beef broth, and it's gonna be amazing. It's like a gravy, but it's got a totally different flavor than you've ever had. And of course, we're gonna cook up with Danos, you know that. So, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my potatoes going. So I'm just gonna peel them up real quick, and then we're just gonna boil them. Then we're gonna make some fresh mashed potatoes, which I will be putting a little milk, a little sour cream, a little butter, and of course, you know, Danos and potatoes. If you've ever had Danos on any kind of potato, French fries, baked potatoes, stewed potatoes, it doesn't matter. You know it's good. And I'm not real particular about getting all the skin off. It doesn't hurt to have a little bit on there. So I'm just gonna take my knife here, I'm just gonna cut them in halves, and then we're gonna throw them straight into some boiling water. Let my man Drew here throw those in the water. Now, I got my little handy dandy stovetop here. I'm gonna light it up. I love cooking over real flame. So we're gonna get our pan nice and hot, and we're gonna start searing our steak, and then we're gonna start cutting our mushrooms, cutting our onions, and we're gonna be cooking. Actually, I didn't think about it, but I need to level out my burner real quick. All right. Now we're cooking, baby. We're gonna do a little oil, a little olive oil. You can use a blended oil, you can use avocado oil, you can do it however you want. Get our oil in there. And now, you know what time it is. We're ready to grab our Danos. I'm gonna go Danos Original, and I'm gonna put a good seasoning on there. You don't go light. Put a lot on there, it's gonna cook in, it's gonna give us a nice little crusted, a nice little seared crust. So we'll just throw this right here in the pan, like so. Could let it get a little hotter, but it's really not gonna make any big difference. So, there's that. And then we'll season the other side good too. What I need to do is level this out real quick. So that's all we're doing with the Danos right there, other than the potatoes. Now, we're gonna get to our vegetables. I'm gonna cut up my mushrooms. And seriously, by the time we flip these steaks, and I get my mushroom and my onion cut up, those steaks are gonna be done. Then we're gonna deglaze the pan with the Madeira. And then we're gonna add our beef broth. And this will be done in no time. It's seriously, I got my potatoes over there cooking right now. This is seriously a recipe that you can make in about 20-25 minutes, other than the prepping. That's a big mushroom right there. And if you're not an experienced chef, I'll tell you right now what the cool thing about Danos is. I'm not a chef either. What I know is I know flavor, and I know how to make things taste good. And that's what Danos seasoning is. It just makes everything taste good. You don't have to go spend a bunch of money buying 50 different ingredients, reading the recipe. This is so easy. Get your Madeira wine, get you some mushrooms, get you some onions. I think the classic Madeira recipe, you don't actually use an onion, but who's keeping score? I mean, do it however you want. It's all about just being in the kitchen, enjoying what you're doing, cooking good food. Might have a few too many mushrooms, but that's all right. I don't have to put them all in there. I just figured I'd cut them all up. Let's go on and get a flip here. Flip our steak over, check this out. Boom, got that nice little crust on there. I know, like, on some of my social media, on TikTok and whatnot, people are like, oh, well, that's burnt. It may look like it's burnt, but it's really not. That's just gonna be an awesome herb crust. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. That's flavor. Sugar is what burns, so when you see that black there, that's just kind of the seasoning burning a little bit, but it's not gonna ruin anything, I promise you. It's not gonna taste like super burnt or anything because there's no sugar, so it's not gonna get that burnt flavor. Cut our onion up. All right, them steaks are probably getting pretty close. So, we got our sear on there. These are probably really rare at the moment, but that's all right. We're gonna set them off to the side, let them rest for a second, and then I'm gonna end up adding them back into the sauce at the very end. Now, if you don't know, when you wanna check a steak, if you don't have a temperature thermometer, you got one right here. When you take your fingers and not squeeze them, just barely touch them together with your index finger, and you put your hand right here, just like that, that's a rare, medium, medium well. It tightens up as you change the finger, so that's something pretty cool. So you can kind of like feel your meat, feel your hand, and I'm like, okay, well that's pretty rare. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna set these over to the side. I'm telling you, that is an awesome herb crust on there. All right, now we're gonna deglaze. So this Madeira sauce, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a cup and a half of, this is beef stock, and then a cup and a half of the Madeira wine. Now this is gonna smoke up because I'm gonna deglaze the pan, but as you can see, this is a new pan. It's not really deglazing, but we're just gonna mix it in with all that flavor. And I'm gonna do about a cup and a half. Here we go. There's our Madeira. Here's our beef stock. Smelling great. And I'm gonna crank it back up because we wanna get a reduction here. So I'm gonna add the mushrooms in. But as this cooks down and reduces and boils out, you know, the real alcohol flavor will be boiled out and you're just left with that wine flavor at the end. But I'm thinking that I might need a little bit more of the Madeira because we definitely want to go half and half on the parts. And we're just going to let this cook down and reduce down. Potatoes are cooking, then we'll make our mashed potatoes. Everything will be hot at the right time. So let's throw some mushrooms in here. I said mushrooms, I meant onions. And we'll go on for the rest of the mushrooms. Might as well. What the heck, let's throw it all in. We just let that reduce, cook down. Like I said, we'll probably let this cook for about 10 minutes. And it'll start to reduce and really turn into the gravy that we're looking for. Now you know we can add a little extra Danos to that and let that just cook into the gravy we're making. Just adding flavor, baby. Can't go wrong with it. Mix it right in. Just wait, once this really starts to thicken up, you'll see what I'm talking about. This will turn into a gravy. It'll be awesome. So when you saw me season those steaks, you saw me put a lot on there. That's the beautiful thing about being low sodium. When this is all the salt in our bottle, real sea salt, it's only 50 milligrams per serving, what does that mean you're actually getting? All that space is filled. This is our main flavor profile. We're using onion, garlic, rosemary, lemon peel, orange peel, all real ingredients. And that's why we can put so much flavor onto our food and really get that flavor cooked into it. Totally unique, unlike any other seasoning out there. The flavor is totally different, and the way we use it's totally different. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes that it's been cooking, and you can see I mean, the smell here is amazing. You can see it's still kind of watery. So what I got here is a little flour water. You can do cornstarch water also, but we're just gonna add this to speed up this process of getting this thick and turning it into that gravy. So we'll just pour that in real quick. And that's gonna help it thicken up here in just a minute. All right, so it's been reducing for a little over 10 minutes now. You see we added a little of the flour water to thicken it up. Our gravy's really coming along. Now we're gonna add our steaks back in. You can add them in or not, but these are pretty rare, so we're gonna add them back in and let them continue to cook so everything's gonna be nice and hot. Kind of move it around so you can get the steak down there to the bottom. And look at that juice. Oh yeah, I mean, I might just get a spoon and drink it, but no, we'll put it back in there because that's all flavor right there. Let's give them a little flip. Oh yeah. Looking good, baby. Looking good. Almost time to eat. We got our taters. There's just 3 big potatoes. They're done. So let's turn them into mashed potatoes. First thing we're gonna do is gonna get us some butter. I'm saying 3 big potatoes. Let's go just a little bit less than half a stick. But it's gonna be good. Throw that in there. Then I'm gonna do a little bit of milk, a little bit of whole milk. Not too much, maybe like, I don't know, 1/4 cup. And then we're gonna get us a nice little scoop of this sour cream. Like so. Now, we're just gonna mash it all together, and then we're gonna plate this up. That's gonna be some damn good taters. Tell you what, man. Oh, almost forgot. The most important ingredient, Danos. We're gonna pop that trigger finger, put us a good little amount in there. It's not too much, promise you. That's just flavor. We're gonna mix that around. You can see that right there. It's looking like some good taters to me. All right, let's plate these bad boys up. Big old scoop of taters. Right there, just like that. Look at that. Oh yeah. Check this out. Look at that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put a little hole right there in the potatoes so it can hold some of the mushrooms and the gravy. It's gonna be awesome. I hope you're ready for this. Look at that, look at that Madeira sauce, gravy, whatever you wanna call it. We're gonna fill the potatoes up just like that. Get some of the juice right there, some of that gravy. Now here we go, here we go. Oh yeah. That there, my friends, is what you call meat and potatoes. That's how you do it. If you want to see more of this, make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever it's at, up here, down there, I don't know. Just make sure you hit it. Always posting great videos, and this is gonna be fantastic, my friends. That's hard to beat.
Oh damn. I keep it. Oh damn. That thing good.